So let's talk about the full moon in Sagittarius, a time to trade in old narratives for higher truth and align with your soul's vision. Hello, beautiful people. Life can be a challenge, but at least we have each other. Yes, the full moon in Sagittarius energy begins on June 11th. So in the first part of this video, I'm gonna go over the 3 things that everyone should know about this full moon. Then I will go over how it will affect your individual sign, along with 3 actions that you can take to make sure that you are making the most of this full moon energy. Okay, no more wasting time. Let's go. Really quick, you know how I never really spend any time selling you anything on my channel because I would never try to sell you anything that I don't use myself. And I'm not selling anything right now, but I do have a couple of friends that started a new YouTube channel that is focused on meditation. And they're doing a meditation for the full moon in Sagittarius. So I wanted to let you all know, so that way you could potentially support them and check out the meditation and maybe consider subscribing if you're feeling it. The other thing is I recently co-wrote a song with my longtime friend and writing partner, Karina Pasian. So I would love it if you would consider checking that song out and giving it a stream or a download or even a purchase if you're feeling it. I will leave both of those links in the description of this video. Thanks for listening. Now back to the full moon in Sagittarius. The full moon in Sagittarius takes place on Wednesday, June 11th at 7:44 a.m. Universal Time, which will be 12:44 a.m. Pacific Time, 3:44 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and for those of you that live in the Southern Hemisphere, this will be 5:44 p.m. in Sydney, Australia, and 9:44 a.m. in Johannesburg, South Africa. So let's jump right into the 3 things you need to know in order to make the most of this energetic opening. Number 1, this full moon will bring the powerful energy of the number 2 and the magical tarot energy of the Temperance card. The number 2 in numerology indicates union, intuition, and alignment. Now, where Sagittarius invites you to explore, risk, and break free from limitations, the number 2 is urging you to do it in a partnership, whether that's with another person, a higher power, or the deeper self within you that knows what you're ready for. This is a full moon that's not just for chasing what's out there, but for tuning into what's already within you and asking yourself, is my inner world aligned with the life that I say I want to live? You might say you want a deep, committed relationship, but internally you're afraid of being vulnerable, or you expect to be disappointed. Now, you might say you want success and freedom, but then you constantly question your value and you procrastinate, or you doubt your ability to handle change. This misalignment between the outer goal and the inner belief is what's blocking your manifestation. So you can use the power of the number 2 to make a commitment to yourself and your truth. Invest your time and your energy into a partnership or a path that reflects where you truly intend to go, not where you've been. So if you are seeing the number 2 often or variations of the number 2, that is a message that this is time for you to listen and allow. It is a time for connecting, not going at it alone. This energy isn't about force, it's about alignment, because when Sagittarius meets the number 2, wild vision meets divine timing, and that's when your life really starts to move. The Temperance card is bringing the message of divine balance, patience, and alchemical transformation. It reminds us that real growth does not come from extremes, it comes from conscious integration. This means blending your spiritual insights with practical action, your fiery passion with emotional clarity. Temperance teaches that wisdom is born when we stop swinging between all or nothing, and instead we find harmony between our desires and our disciplines. This full moon invites you to ask yourself, where in my life do I need more moderation, more trust, more conscious blending of effort and ease? The Temperance card is reminding you to realign your beliefs with your behaviors and to transmute restlessness into purposeful momentum. When you walk the middle path with intention, the universe meets you there, and that's when the real expansion takes place. Number 2, this full moon will be forming a positive aspect with Mars in Leo, a positive aspect with Saturn in Aries, and a positive aspect with Neptune in Aries. The full moon's relationship to Mars, the planet of ambition, desire, and passion, is handing you a direct line between inner truth and bold passion. Sagittarius asks, what do you believe in? Mars in Leo responds with, then act like it. This is an energy of inspired courage where your convictions aren't just thoughts, but fuel. If there's something you've been hesitating to say or do or claim, this alignment gives you the fire to follow through. Now is the time to go for it. Just make sure that what you're pursuing is rooted in meaning, because Mars and Leo will amplify whatever you chase, and the Sagittarius moon wants it to count. Now, the moon's relationship with Saturn, the planet of responsibility and life lessons, is more than just a burst of optimism. It's a chance to lock it in. Saturn in Aries wants structure, but not the kind that restricts. It wants the kind that supports forward motion. Paired with Sagittarius' desire for expansion, this energy is about committing to your growth with discipline. Not hustle culture, not burnout, just clear intention backed by consistent action. Consistent being the key word. If you've been dreaming big, now's the time to map it out and move with purpose. The universe isn't just asking, what do you want? It's asking you, are you ready to hold yourself to the things necessary in order to get it? And the moon's relationship with Neptune, the planet of intuition, spirituality, dreams, and delusions, is a time where your imagination becomes a catalyst for action. This is an invitation to trust more than ever the visions that have been quietly calling you forward. Neptune expands your connection to the unseen, the intuitive, and the divine. And Aries gives that inspiration a pulse, a heartbeat, a direction. You're not just dreaming under this full moon, you're being asked to believe in your dreams enough to begin. So follow your intuition, tap into your imagination, and realize that is your spark of creativity. That's where your power to manifest is born. This is an excellent time to use all of these very positive planetary alignments to manifest the vision that you have for yourself into reality. Number 3, the full moon in Sagittarius is a time to realign your beliefs with your behavior and your dreams with your direction. Sagittarius doesn't just want answers, it wants meaning. And this full moon reveals where you've outgrown your old story and where new truth is ready to take root. With the Gemini sun highlighting the power of perspective, this full moon invites you to expand, not through chaos, but through conscious choice. You don't need to chase freedom by running. You can find it by honoring what truly fuels your spirit. Let this full moon be your compass, pointing you back to your deeper why, and trust that the clarity you're seeking is already within you, waiting for permission to lead. Now let's find out what this full moon means for your individual sign and the 3 actions that you can take to make the most of this full moon energy. Okay, my powerful Aries, this full moon in Sagittarius is lighting up your 9th house, the realm of expansion, belief systems, truth-seeking, and vision. If you walk away with anything from this reading today, it is this: think bigger, and then even bigger after that. This isn't just about dreaming, it's about aligning your life with the freedom that your soul came here to experience. Sagittarius is like your cosmic cousin, bold, instinctual, unafraid of challenge, but unlike your usual go all in fire, this moon is inviting you to step back and look at the bigger picture. What's the story that you've been living, and is it still one that you believe in? This full moon asks you to question what you've outgrown, old ways of thinking, limiting beliefs, or outdated ideas of who you should be. All of these things are likely to come up for review, and don't see this as chaos. See it as an opportunity for clarity. Full moons reveal, and Sagittarius doesn't just want truth, it wants truth with purpose. This is about liberation through insight, a deeper understanding of where you're headed, why you're going there, and what belief or narrative needs to shift to get you there with more peace, with more power, and with more joy, Aries. Now here are the top 3 things that you can do to make the most of this full moon in your 9th house. Number 1, redefine your beliefs. Ask yourself, what am I still believing about myself, about love, about success, or life that no longer feels true? Write those beliefs down, and then write down the belief that you want to replace those beliefs with. This is a full moon of realignment. Let go of limiting ideas that have expired. Your freedom begins the moment that you stop arguing for your limitations. Number 2, say yes to expansion. Whether it's planning a trip, starting a new course, or simply diving into a new perspective, take one bold step towards something that stretches your mind or your soul. The 9th house loves travel, it loves learning and spiritual growth. Anything that helps you zoom out and reconnect with what matters most, Aries. Even watching a documentary or reading a life-changing book, all of those things will count. Number 3, speak a truth that you've been holding back. Sagittarius does not sugarcoat, it teaches with honesty. Sometimes they can be blunt, but the information is always needed. Now this full moon could illuminate a truth that you've been holding in for fear of someone getting pissed off, fear that it might cause chaos if you express it, but clarity is kindness. Whatever it is, say it. Not for drama, but for alignment. You deserve to live in a reality that reflects your inner truth. The bottom line, Aries, this full moon is your moment to zoom out, to rise above the noise, and reconnect with your purpose. You don't need to have all the answers, you just need the courage to ask the questions. Now during this energy of this full moon transit, the universe is listening. So trust your instincts, trust your timing, Trust that you were made for something meaningful, and now is the time to walk toward it with open eyes and an even more open heart. So embrace this energetic opening, and happy full moon, Aries. Okay, my powerful Taurus, this full moon in Sagittarius is activating your 8th house, the house of transformation, of shared energy, of intimacy, and the deeper layers of life that most people try to avoid. But you, Taurus, you were built for endurance, and this full moon is asking you to take that steady strength and point it inward. It's not about pushing through anymore. It's about releasing what weighs you down so that way you can finally move with more power and more peace. Sagittarius brings fire to your earthy, calm nature. And in the 8th house, that fire shows up as a desire to break free from emotional or energetic entanglements that are no longer aligned with who you are at this point in your life. Think of this full moon as a spiritual shedding, a moment to stop carrying around what isn't yours. Any old stories or fears around trust or unspoken tension in a relationship. You're not meant to drag dead weight, Taurus. You're meant to thrive in truth, and this full moon is giving you the light to see exactly what needs to go. And the good news is, anything that goes during an 8th house full moon transit is likely to stay gone. Now here are the top 3 things that you can do to make the most of this full moon energy in your 8th house. Number 1, get radically honest about your emotional investments. Who and what are you still emotionally tied to that drains you? Whether it's a person, an old grudge, or a belief about your worth, take inventory. This full moon is your time to finally say, I'm done giving energy to whatever that is. Not out of anger, but out of self-respect and self-love. Number 2, transform your relationship with control. The 8th house brings up themes of power. Who holds it, how it's used, and where you may be gripping it too tightly. Ask yourself, where do I need to surrender? Releasing control does not mean weakness. It means trusting that what's meant for you can't be forced, and what's not will only hold you back. Number 3, have a deep conversation you've been avoiding. Whether it's about finances, sex, trust, or emotional needs, this is a powerful time to bring hidden feelings to light. Sagittarius gives you the courage to speak with truth, and the 8th house gives your words depth. So do not dance around the topic. Go all the way in it, Taurus, with compassion, but also with clarity. The bottom line is, this full moon isn't about comfort. It's about catharsis. And you are so ready for this, Taurus. So let this full moon illuminate what you're ready to lay down and what you're ready to release. And as you release it, know that you're not losing anything. You're clearing space for something more aligned, more reciprocal, and something that has the most soul depth that you have ever experienced. You've done enough surviving. It is time to start thriving. So embrace this energetic opening, and happy full moon, Taurus. Okay, my powerful Gemini, this full moon in Sagittarius is happening during your season, which I hope is going great for you, by the way, and it's lighting up your 7th house of relationships, of partnerships, and all things one-on-one. And it's happening directly across the sky from you. And that means that this full moon is personal and it's powerful. The 7th house isn't just about romance, it's about mirrors. By that I mean that the people closest to you are reflecting back to you your growth, your lessons, your desires, and sometimes your resistance. With Sagittarius bringing a bold, truth-seeking, fiery energy to this full moon, you may find yourself gaining sudden clarity about where a partnership is headed or where it's been stuck. Now this full moon wants honesty, not just with others, but with yourself, Gemini. Where are you compromising too much? Where have you been holding back out of fear of rocking the boat? Here's the thing, Sagittarius is your opposite for a reason. It pushes you to move from scattered thoughts to focused truth. And under this full moon, it's time to stop analyzing the connection and start asking yourself, does this relationship support the direction that I want to grow in? Now here are the top 3 things that you can do to make the most of this full moon in your 7th house. Number 1, get clear on what you want in a partnership and say it out loud. Whether you're single, dating, or in a long-term relationship, the energy right now is ripe for defining what connection actually means to you. Don't be vague. Say what you want, what you value, and what you're no longer willing to tolerate. Clarity creates alignment. Number 2, release the version of yourself that you've become to keep the peace. This full moon is here to remind you, Gemini, that real partnership starts with being fully yourself. If you've been over accommodating or masking or minimizing your needs, it's time to let that go. You don't need to shrink to be loved. You need to be seen as your whole authentic self. Number 3, reflect on your role in relationship patterns. This is big, Gemini. Use this full moon to ask yourself, what am I attracting and why? The seventh house teaches us that every relationship is a mirror. If there's a pattern repeating, now's the time to take ownership for your half. Not to blame yourself, but to reclaim your power and to choose differently as you move forward. The bottom line, Gemini, is this full moon is your relationship checkpoint. Not to stir drama, but to stir awareness. Because when you're real with yourself, you're free to create partnerships that aren't just expansive, but they're vibrant and future focused, just like you are when you're being able to be freely yourself. The truth might shake things up, but that shake up could bring the alignment your heart's been waiting for. So embrace this energetic opening and happy full moon, Gemini. Okay, my powerful Cancerians, this full moon in Sagittarius is illuminating your sixth house, the realm of daily habits, of routines, responsibilities, your health, and the way that you choose to be of service. It's the part of your chart that governs how you show up in the world day after day. Not with grand gestures, but with intention, with discipline, and consistency. Now, under this full moon, it's time for a check-in. Sagittarius energy brings vision, it brings fire, it brings bold clarity, and it's here to shine a light on whether or not your day-to-day life is aligned with the bigger vision that you say you want. This moon wants to know, are your habits supporting your healing? Are your routines anchored in your values? Or are you caught in cycles of self-neglect, of overgiving, or of burnout? And here's the spiritual kicker. The sixth house isn't just about what you do. It's about why you're doing it. And this full moon invites you to get radically honest about what systems and structures and commitments are draining you and which ones are helping you thrive. Now, here are the top 3 things that you can do to make the most of this full moon energy in your sixth house. Number 1, audit your routines like your soul depends on it. Because in a way, it does. Look at your sleep, your movement, your food, your screen time, and how you start and end your day. Are your habits keeping you small or setting you up for expansion and success? Sagittarius wants you to think big, but the sixth house reminds you big dreams require grounded systems. If it's not working, it's time to change it. Number 2, set boundaries around how much energy you give to others. Cancer, you are the cosmic caregiver, but under this full moon, it's time to ask yourself, am I serving others from overflow or depletion? You can't pour from an empty cup. And true service starts with self-love and self-respect. If something feels more like an obligation than devotion, this full moon is your moment to reevaluate that. Number 3, reframe discipline as an act of self-love. This full moon isn't here to punish you. It's here to purify. Discipline doesn't have to be harsh. It can be your way of honoring your energy, of protecting your peace and creating the structure that your sensitivity needs to thrive, Cancers. What if your calendar becomes a sacred space? What if showing up for yourself daily became your new spiritual practice? The bottom line is this full moon is here to help you realign your life from the inside out. Not through overwork, not through trying to be perfect, but through intentional shifts that support your highest potential. You don't need to do more. You just need to do what truly matters. So let this full moon turn your daily rhythm into a ritual of devotion, not just to others, but to yourself. So embrace this energetic opening and happy full moon, Cancers. Okay, my powerful Leos, this full moon in Sagittarius is lighting up your 5th house, the domain of self-expression, of creativity, of joy and romance, and the purest parts of your heart. This is your kind of full moon, Leo, and you are the ruler of the 5th house. Fiery, bold, passionate, and unafraid to take up space. And while it might stir up some feelings, this full moon is here to reconnect you to what makes life feel alive for you. Sagittarius doesn't ask for permission, and neither should you right now. This full moon is your invitation to take a closer look at how you've been expressing or suppressing your creativity, your joy, and your authenticity. This question isn't just, what do I love? It's, have I made space for what I love to be prioritized? This full moon is also tied to matters of the heart, romantic relationships, artistic pursuits, even your inner child. They're all front and center right now. And if something's been feeling blocked or dulled, this full moon could bring a moment of truth. Maybe it's time to be more vulnerable in love. Maybe it's time to stop dimming your shine for people who can't handle your light. Or maybe, just maybe, Leo, it's time to stop waiting for the perfect time to start creating something that you know will bring you happiness. Now, here are the top 3 things that you can do to make the most of this full moon energy in your 5th house. Number 1, prioritize play and passion. Yes, Leo, you are allowed to have fun. You're allowed to choose a good time. And this full moon wants to remind you that happiness is not a luxury. It is a necessity. Do something that feels creative and expansive, even if no one else sees it, because it's going to reignite the fire within you. So start up some project, try something new, make space for what lights you up. Number 2, speak your truth in love. Even if it shakes things up, whether you're in a relationship or exploring something new, this full moon may bring up strong feelings about romance, about your self-worth, and about truly being seen in your relationships. If there's something you've been holding back, some feelings or some needs or desires, now is the time to express them with honesty and with warmth. Let yourself be known, Leo. Number 3, reconnect with your inner child. Sagittarius and the 5th house both carry youthful, adventurous energy. This is a beautiful time to reflect on what your younger self loved and then ask yourself, when did I stop doing that? And why? Do something like go to the beach, dance to your favorite music, make art without judgment. That version of you still lives inside of you, so give your inner child some air to breathe. The bottom line is, Leo, this full moon is your reminder that your joy is your power, that love, play, and creativity are not distractions from your purpose. They are part of it. Let this full moon be your creative reset. Give yourself permission to feel again, to create again, and to live your life fully. Not for the applause, not for perfection, but because your soul came here to shine. So embrace this energetic opening and happy full moon, Leos. Okay, my powerful Virgos, this full moon in Sagittarius is illuminating your 4th house, the sacred space of home, of family, of your roots, and of your emotional foundations. This is not about what's on your calendar. It's about what's in your heart. Sagittarius wants expansion, it wants freedom and truth. So under this full moon, the truth that's being asked to be seen may have to do with where and with whom you truly feel safe, Virgo. Have you been carrying the weight of emotional labor in silence? Have you been trying to keep the peace and hold it all together or maintain appearances while neglecting your inner world? This full moon is giving you the permission to say enough. It's time to come home. And not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. It's time to stop managing your emotions and start honoring them. This full moon may stir up some family dynamics and some memories, or even a desire to redefine what home truly means to you. And it's all for the purpose of clarity. If you've outgrown a living situation or a role in your family or an internal narrative that's been keeping you small, this full moon is the nudge to free yourself from all that. You don't have to burn things down, but you do have to be honest with yourself about what's no longer aligned with who you are at this point in your life and who you're becoming. Now, here are the top 3 things that you can do to make the most of this full moon in your 4th house. Number 1, redefine what home means to you. Then start building it. Is home a place, a person? Is it a feeling for you? Sagittarius wants to broaden your vision, Virgo. You might find that home is no longer what it used to be, and that's okay. Use this energy to release old attachments and start nurturing a space, internal or external, that feels safe and expansive and truly yours. Number 2, have a healing conversation with a family member or yourself. The 4th house rules your roots. If there's been tension or distance with someone in your family, this full moon might reveal a deeper truth. If you have felt called, then speak with compassion, but also with clarity. And if a conversation isn't possible, write a letter that you'll never send, because sometimes you are the one who just needs to release and who just needs some closure. Number 3, create a sanctuary that supports your nervous system. Virgo, your environment affects your energy more than you realize. So use this full moon to declutter, to rearrange, or to simply soften your space. Light a candle, play some soothing music, make your favorite tea. It's not about aesthetics, it's about making space for your soul to exhale and be recharged. The bottom line, Virgo, is this full moon in Sagittarius is asking you to come back to your emotional truth and release whatever is making your inner life feel heavy or confined. Your emotional safety is sacred, so protect it, redefine it, and expand it. You don't need to justify your feelings to anyone. This full moon is your time to give yourself the permission to prioritize your peace and to begin building a life that feels like home on the inside. So embrace this energetic opening and happy full moon, Virgo. Okay, my powerful Libras, this full moon in Sagittarius is lighting up your 3rd house, the realm of communication, of thought patterns, and your immediate environment. And with this full moon in fiery, truth-seeking Sagittarius, you're being invited to speak more boldly, to think more expansively, and to break free from mental loops that keep you playing small or overanalyzing everything. Let's be real, Libra. Your mind has been busy, but has it been productive? This full moon is your calling to clear the clutter, not just in your inbox or your schedule, but in your thoughts, in your conversations, and the stories that you keep telling yourself. Sagittarius energy does not tiptoe. It tells the truth. It wants you to say what you mean and trust what you know. Old communication patterns like over-explaining or avoiding conflict or editing yourself to keep the peace may feel heavy right now. And that's not a sign that something's wrong, that's your spirit asking for freedom. It's time to trust that you can speak your truth without losing connection. Now here are the top 3 things that you can do to make the most of this full moon energy in your 3rd house. Number 1, have the conversation you've been avoiding, but do it from clarity, not reactivity. Whether it's clearing the air with a sibling or expressing your needs to a friend or simply saying what you meant in a current situation, now is the time. You're not here to perform harmony, you're here to embody it. And that starts with you being honest about what you're truly feeling and what you're going through, Libra. Number 2, audit your information diet. Sagittarius wants truth, but the 3rd house can get us lost in distraction. Are you constantly scrolling? Are you constantly comparing or consuming more than you are creating? Clean up your mental inputs. Spend time with ideas that inspire your growth, not drain your energy. Number 3, reconnect to the power of your voice. Whether through journaling or voice notes or even speaking affirmations out loud, use this full moon to remind yourself that your words have power. Don't underestimate how much your mindset shapes your momentum. Start speaking to yourself the way that you would speak to somebody that you deeply believe in. Because if that somebody isn't you, it needs to be. Now the bottom line, Libra, this full moon is clearing the air for you, literally and figuratively. Let go of the mental noise, speak from the heart, and remember, the most magnetic version of you is the one that does not hold back. So embrace this energetic opening and happy full moon, Libra. Okay, my powerful Scorpio, this full moon in Sagittarius is lighting up your 2nd house, the part of your chart that governs self-worth, what you value, money, and your relationship with security. And this isn't just about finances. This is about the energetic currency that you move through the world with. Sagittarius wants expansion. It wants truth. So under this full moon, you are being asked, what do I believe I am worthy of? And is that belief reflected in how you treat yourself? Is it reflected in how you allow others to treat you and how you show up for your goals? If you've been undercharging or overgiving or undervaluing your voice or your time or your talents, this full moon is your wake-up call. It is time to align your actions with your actual value, not your fears, not your past, and not the projections of anyone who couldn't see your light. This full moon may also illuminate outdated financial habits or ways in which you've tied your sense of security to something external, like a relationship or a paycheck or a title. But real security starts from the inside. And this full moon is here to remind you that your worth is not up for debate. Now here are the top 3 things that you can do to make the most of this full moon energy in your 2nd house, Scorpio. Number 1, reevaluate your relationship with money and self-worth. Ask yourself, is my financial life a reflection of my values? Am I playing it small to feel safe? Now is a perfect time to release any scarcity thinking and start investing energetically or literally in the version of you who knows what they bring to the table and who knows what you deserve. Number 2, say no to anything that does not align with your value. Whether it's a draining job, an unbalanced relationship, or a habit that chips away at your confidence, this is the moment to draw a clear line. Sagittarius gives you the fire to protect your peace and choose better. Number 3, create a personal mantra rooted in worth. Try something like, I am worthy of abundance, support, and peace, and I only accept what honors that truth. Speak it, feel it, live it, every day. The bottom line, Scorpio, this full moon is asking you to cash in your old self-doubt and step into a new level of confidence. Let this be the moment that you raise your energetic price tag, not out of ego, but out of reverence for the real value of who you are. So embrace this energetic opening and happy full moon, Scorpio. Okay, my powerful Sagittarians, the full moon in Sagittarius is lighting up your first house, the realm of identity, of your self-expression, of your personal power, and the way that you show up in the world. And this isn't just a moment. This is a giant mirror. It's a reflection of how far you have come, on what you've outgrown, and who you are becoming. This full moon is personal. It is asking you, are you still being true to who you are? Or are you performing a version of yourself that once worked but no longer fits? Because if you've been shrinking or shape-shifting or second-guessing your truth to make others more comfortable, this full moon will feel like a burning fire in your soul that says enough is enough. With this full moon in your sign, your emotions may feel more intense, your energy may feel more magnified, but that's exactly the point, Sagittarius. You're not here to play it small. You're here to live boldly and speak freely and evolve unapologetically. Now here are the top 3 things that you can do to make the most of this full moon energy in your first house. Number 1, redefine your personal truth. Take inventory of what no longer resonates with you, with who you are becoming, and let go of outdated roles, of labels, or the expectations of others, or even the ones that you have on yourself. Ask yourself, what version of me am I ready to release, and what truth am I ready to stand in more fully? Number 2, honor your body and presence. This is a powerful time to reconnect with your physical self, Sagittarius. Move, nourish, or dress in a way that reflects the energy of who you are becoming. Think of your body as the sacred vessel for your truth and treat it accordingly. Number 3, set an intention about how you want to show up from this point forward. Then write it down and then say it out loud and let this full moon mark a turning point, whether it's with more honesty or more courage or more joy or more clarity. Define the energy you want to embody and then commit to it. The bottom line, Sagittarius, this is your energetic rebirth. A moment to return to yourself, to realign with your deepest truth, and a time to move forward with the kind of bold authenticity that inspires others to do the same. So embrace this energetic opening and happy full moon, Sagittarius. Okay, my powerful Capricorns, this full moon in Sagittarius is activating your 12th house, the realm of the subconscious, of soul healing, of rest, of dreams, and of divine surrender. This is the quietest part of the chart, and for someone like you, someone who's practical and determined and often focused on results and responsibilities, this can feel like unfamiliar ground. But don't mistake stillness for stagnation. What's happening beneath the surface right now is sacred. This is not a time for overachievement or for outward control. It's a time to reflect, a time to release, and restore. It's time to give yourself permission to feel what you usually decide to just power through. The 12th house is where we meet our hidden fears and our suppressed desires. And under this Sagittarius full moon, it's shining a light on the beliefs and the habits or the emotional patterns that you have outgrown. So let this be your spiritual recalibration. It's okay if you're not on top of it all right now. You're not meant to be. You're in a moment of energetic shedding and deep soul preparation for a new cycle ahead. Now here are the top 3 things that you can do to make the most of this full moon in your 12th house. Number 1, make peace with your inner world. Instead of pushing emotions aside, give them space to breathe, journal, meditate, or simply sit with your feelings without judgment. Have a personal breakdown if you need to. I do it every once in a while. Ask yourself, what truth have you been avoiding that's ready to be heard? Not fixed, just felt. Number 2, rest without guilt. Capricorn, I know you equate worth with productivity, but this full moon is your invitation to pause, to nourish your nervous system, to stop doing long enough to feel what your spirit is asking to be felt. Sleep, retreat, or unplug. None of that is a weakness. It's actually just going to restore your strength. Number 3, release control where it's not serving you. What are you still trying to manage that was never yours to carry in the first place? Let go of the mental loops, of the unspoken grudges or internal pressure that's keeping your soul tense. Create a ritual to release it. Burn a list or simply speak it out loud. Set it down and trust what's going to take place next is what your soul desires, but you have to let those things go. The bottom line, Capricorn, this full moon isn't here to test your strength. It's here to soften your edges and bring you back to your center. So let it. You don't always have to be the builder. Sometimes the most powerful thing that you can do is let yourself be rebuilt. So embrace this energetic opening and happy full moon, Capricorns. Okay, my powerful Aquarians, with this full moon in Sagittarius lighting up your 11th house, the realm of vision, community, purpose, and the future, you are being asked to zoom out, Aquarius, way out. This is your house, your domain. It speaks to the part of you that is always chasing progress, that's dreaming of a better world and finding your place within it. And under this full moon, that mission is coming into sharper focus. But don't get it twisted. This isn't just about networking or chasing goals. It's about asking yourself, am I truly surrounded by people who share my values? Am I living in alignment with the future that I claim to believe in? Sagittarius adds fire to your already visionary nature, pushing you to stretch into even more authenticity and expansiveness. You're the rebel, the innovator, the one who thinks 10 steps ahead of everyone else. But this full moon is a checkpoint, a call to audit the environments and relationships that you are investing in. Do they still match your direction? Do they energize you, or do they quietly drain you? Now, here are the top 3 things that you can do to make the most of this full moon energy in your 11th house. Number 1, reevaluate your circles. The 11th house is about your people, your friends, collaborators, your kindred spirits. Under this full moon, ask yourself, do I feel seen and supported by these people? If not, this is your time to intentionally seek or build relationships that reflect your truth and that do support you. Let go of connections that no longer align. Make room for the real ones. Number 2, say your vision out loud. You have wild, brilliant ideas, Aquarius. Do not keep them tucked away in your head. Share them, post them, pitch them, start the conversation. Sagittarius energy wants you to aim higher and dream bolder, and trust that when you speak your truth, your tribe will find you. Number 3, take one bold step toward your future. You don't need a 5-year plan right now, just one move that feels aligned with the person that you are becoming, whether that's joining a new group or launching a passion project or reaching out to a potential collaborator. The universe is ready to meet your momentum with synchronicity. Because the bottom line, Aquarius, is this full moon is reminding you that your uniqueness is your superpower. But even rebels need resonance. Don't isolate your brilliance. Share it with people who get it. This is your moment to realign your community with your vision and reconnect to the bigger purpose that lights you up. So embrace this energetic opening, and happy full moon, Aquarius. Okay, my powerful Pisces, this full moon in Sagittarius is illuminating your 10th house of career, of public image, of purpose, and of legacy. A space that asks you to step up, to stand tall, and to get clear on what you're building. And let's be real, as a Pisces, you don't always seek the spotlight, but sometimes your soul needs to. This full moon is calling you out and asking, is the life that you are creating aligned with your deepest truth? Or have you been drifting into a direction that looks good but feels off in some way? Sagittarius doesn't play small, and this full moon is pulling you out of the dream world and into impact. It's not about abandoning your sensitivity or your creativity or your inner mystic, Pisces. It's about channeling all of it towards something tangible, towards something that's lasting, something that can be seen. Your gifts aren't meant to hide in the background. They're meant to move people. So let this full moon be your reminder. You don't have to choose between being soulful and being successful. Your unique energy is your success. So let that out, let it flow, act on it. Now here are the top 3 things that you can do to harness the power of this full moon in your 10th house. Number 1, clarify your definition of success. Not what the world told you it should be, not what your parents expected of you, but your vision. Use this full moon to write it down, dream it out loud, and let go of any outdated metrics that you're still subconsciously chasing. Number 2, own your authority. Yes, Pisces, even with your soft heart and your ethereal spirit, you have a deep well of inner wisdom. You know more than you let on. This is the time to claim your expertise, speak with confidence, and stop downplaying your gifts. The world needs what you have, delivered in your own very unique way. Number 3, take one bold practical step. Sagittarius is the visionary, and the 10th house is all about action. So pair your intuition with strategy. Apply for that job you've been wanting, launch that project, have that conversation that might be scary but necessary. Create the plan. Even if it feels messy or uncertain, just start. Take that first step, because the universe moves and responds to momentum. The bottom line, Pisces, this full moon is your push from dreamer to doer. You don't need to become someone else to be successful. You just need to trust that your way is gonna work. when your inner compass aligns with your outer actions, that's when your purpose becomes power. So embrace this energetic opening and happy full moon Pisces. Okay, so there you have it. The top 3 things you need to know about this full moon in Sagittarius, along with 3 actions that your sign can take to make the most of this full moon energy. I hope you all enjoyed this information. If you did, please don't forget the baby tap. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Thank you so much for taking the time to come and hang out with me. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.